Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a car with wheels like these that can be controlled from a single point, all rotating together at the correct speed. Before starting the project, I install and enable the Extra Mesh Objects add-on. To rotate the wheels, I'll be using the driver system in Blender. Drivers let you connect one property of an object, like rotation, location, or scale, to another object or value. They're mostly used in animation to make things move together automatically. Now I've added a gear to the scene from the top view along the Z-axis. Then I used Shift-D to duplicate it and placed the new gear along the same Z-axis. When working with drivers, the most important thing is to always know which axis your object is aligned with, and to make sure it's in the correct position. Now pay close attention. I'm assigning a driver to the object that needs to follow the main one. In the Object section, I select the object that will follow the main one. Both objects rotated in the same direction. To fix this, I need to set a negative value for the Z rotation on one of the objects. Let's add one more gear to the scene. I duplicate one of the existing gears and place it in the correct position. I notice that the third gear I added is rotating in the wrong direction. To fix it, I go to Edit Driver and update the negative value in the expression to a positive one. Now the gears are working together as if they're properly connected. To make things clearer, let's add an object on a different axis. For this, I created a cube and added a driver to it, targeting the object it needs to follow. Inside the driver settings, I select the target object, and then I ask myself, which axis should it follow? In this case, it will follow the Y location. I want to make the topic richer by adding another object on the X-axis. To do this, I add a driver again to the object that will follow. When this object moves along the X-axis, I want it to drive the movement of another object along the Y location. Now let's do something a bit different and inflate a balloon when this system works. For this, I'll change the scale values. I add a driver to the object I want to interact with, and this time I want the driver to control the scale values as a result. Drivers can be used in many ways. In short, drivers let you automatically link a property of one object, such as rotation, location, or scale, to another object or value. Now I've created a new scene and imported a wheel into it. You can find the link to this wheel in the description below. When I first opened this FBX file, I saw that the origin point was outside the tire. To fix this, I center the tire and choose Set Origin to 3D Cursor. All right, now I'm duplicating the new wheels so that they are parallel to each other and aligned on the same axis. The rims of the two parallel wheels are facing the wrong direction, so I rotate them 180 degrees to fix it. The wheels look well positioned. Now, to move them from a single point, I need a chassis. For that, I'll add a cube. Now we can parent the wheels to the chassis. To do this, I first select all 4 wheels, then select the chassis object and press Ctrl-P on the keyboard, choosing Keep Transform. Now I can move all the objects from a single point. Let's move on to the second step, which is making the wheels rotate in the direction they're moving. I selected one of the wheels, and since it rotates along the x-axis, I'm adding a driver to the x rotation. The chassis moves along the y location, so I choose the y location as the driver variable. In the object field, I select the chassis, and the first wheel is now set up. I'll apply the same values to the other wheels without making any changes. I see that some of the wheels are rotating in the opposite direction. For those wheels, I go to Edit Driver and set a negative value in the expression field. The wheels are rotating a bit slower than the car's actual speed. To fix this, I first check the wheel's diameter under the Item tab in the Dimensions section. It shows as 0.69. When I divide 0.69 by 2 using a calculator, I get 0.345. Now I'll enter this value into the expression field. As the final step, we'll try to make the front wheels turn in the same direction from a single control point. I see that the wheels can rotate left and right along the Z rotation, so I'll add a driver to the Z rotation. The wheel it should follow is the other front wheel, and the driver should be linked to its Z rotation. And that brings us to the end of the driver topic. Now it's time to send this amazing car into infinity. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video.